If you struggle to trust yourself, it's not because there's something wrong with you. More often than not, it's usually because you've learned not to. You know, from the time we were born into this world and we could barely walk and talk, rules had been put upon us, rules and regulations, how we should be in the world, what to expect, and what's acceptable and what's not. And over the years, this has just built layers and layers and layers of bits of this identity we call ourselves. The thing is, it's not our true identity, but it's an identity that we find very believable and we think that's who we are. And we then, want to be who we think we are, but we have all these fears of being wrong and fears of friends judging us or other people judging us. And then we may have had experiences in the past which weren't really, you know, nice for us, which we've then stored up and become fearful of certain things because of past experiences. But we then tell ourselves, we need to be better. We need to do this. All these sort of things we have going around in our heads. And that's kind of trying to force trust. But instead of trying to force trust, how about asking yourself a question? A question like, what would I do if I could just trust myself that little bit more, maybe 1%? And think about that. How would it feel? Now, I can tell you that many a times I've forced trust, and especially with making these videos. When I first began to do these videos, I would spend hours and days sometimes just trying to get them just right, just for an audience that I thought had to receive them just right and perfect. Didn't even think about the message I was trying to get out. It was all about everything must be in order, everything must be right. And you know what? It really drained me. And what I once dreamed about doing and got excited about, I really started to dread. And so for a little while, I stepped away. But this is part of my dream. And so it's something I had to look at. What if I didn't care about order and I just cared about talking to one person and getting this message out, just like talking to a friend? And this is some practices that I do every time now I do a video for you guys, because it's not about being perfect. These are struggles all of us have at some point in our life, and we just run in this loop. What if I trusted myself 1% more and just go with that. And that's how you get in touch with your true self and really get to know who you are. Now, if this resonated with you, then I've got a free guide below, and it could be a place to start, to help you explore this in a more gentle way. And of course, if you want to go deeper, then you are welcome to join the Inner Rewrite.